HDGs. HDGs, one more time, a little louder. Everybody a little louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare time again, a little louder. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. We welcome you all to our today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. This morning, we will be hearing and discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 3, canto 1st, chapter 3, verse number 25, and chapter is titled as Krishna is the source of all incarnation. Today we have good fortune to hear from our dear most Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So thank you so much everyone joining. So we'll start the class by Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Ram. Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki jai, Ramacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinda ki jai, Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Sam Kunda Radha Kunda Girivardhan ki jai, Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Navadvip Dham ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, Tulasi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Swami Bhaktivinda ki jai. All glories to the Asma. All glories to the Asma. All glories to the Asma. Thank you very much.
Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 25. Ataso Juga Santhyayam Dasyu Prayeshu Rajasu Janita Vishnu Yashaso Namna Kalkir Jagat Pati Ataso Juga Sandhyayam Dasyu Prayeshu Rajasu Janita Vishnu Jasaso Namna Kalkir Jagatpati Ataso Juga Sandhyayam Dasyu Prayeshu Rajasu Janita Vishnu Jasaso Namna Kalkir Jagatpati Ataso Juga Sandhyayam Dasyu Prayeshu Rajasu Janita Vishnu Yashaso Namna Kalkir Jagatpati
Atasu Yoga Sandhyayam Dashu Prayeshu Rajasu Janita Vishnu Yasaso Namna Kalkir Jagatpati
Ataso Yuga Samajam Dasyu Prayesu Rajesu Janita Vishnu Jashaso Namna Kalkir Jagatpati Ataso Yuga Sanyayam
Ladies.
Dasyu Prayeshu Rajasu Janita Vishnu Yashaso Namna Kalki Jagatpati Ataso Yuga Sandayam Dasyu Prayeshu Rajasu Janita Vishnu Yasaso Namna Kalki Jagatpati Ataso Yuga Sandayam Dasyu Prayeshu Rajasu Janita Vishnu Yasaso Namna Kalki Jagatpati.
That's all. What meaning?
Ata, thereafter, Aso, the same Lord, Yuga Sandhyayam, at the conjunction of the Yugas, Dasyu, plunderers, Prayeshu, almost all, Rajasu, the governing personalities, Janita will take his birth. Vishnu, named Vishnu. Yashasa, surnamed Yasha. Namna, in the name of. Kalki, the incarnation of the Lord. Jagatpati, the Lord of the creation. Translation. Thereafter, at the conjunction of two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as the Kalki incarnation and become the son of Vishnu Yasha. At this time, the rulers of the earth will have degenerated into plunderers.
So, there are some remarkable points in this verse. Dosu Prayasu Rajasu. Rajasu means government. Raja, king, or government. So, monarchy is now abolished practically all over the world. Now it is democratic government. So this so-called democratic government or communist government, as they are going on, they will become rogues and thieves, those supras. All the rogues, thieves, plunderers, they will capture because it is by vote. So, those who, that the plunderers, rogues, they are on the point of revolver, they take away your money. So they will take vote on the point of revolver. Actually, it is happening. In Korea, it so happened, sometimes the communists are coming in power, and sometimes the capitalists coming in power, America and Russia. So, poor people, as far as there is communist government, they are under their influence. If you don't do this, then it will be shot. By force, the people do not know what is government generally. They want to live peacefully. They want a secure place. That is not their business, modern government. Their only business is how to collect tax and divide it amongst the government servants. That's all. But this is the beginning of Kali Yuga. Only we have passed 5,000 years, but the duration of Kali Yuga is 432,000 of years. So only we have passed 5,000 years. In this way, This is called Sandhya, junction. I have already explained. The junction means day and night. Day passing, night is coming. That is called junction. Morning passing, noon coming. That is another junction, meridian. So early in the morning and during sunset and in the middle joining of noon, morning and noon, these are called Tri Sandhya. Tri means three. Three kinds of junction. So everyone has got this Tri Sandhya of his life. It's like in our life, when you are babies, children, that is the beginning. Say up to 15 years, 16 years, that is one portion, Sandhya, junction. Then another junction, youthhood. Then another junction, old age. This is the nature's way. There must be 3 periods of anything material. So, this Kali Yuga has already begun. So, in the beginning Sandhya, junction, Lord Buddha's description is given already. Lord Buddha will cheat the atheist class, some man. God is very kind. So, Sanmahaya Suradisham, those are atheists, just to be like them. Yes, there is nothing after death, it is all zero, but you worship me, Lord Buddha said. Yes, sir, we shall worship you. So, the only business, God business is this rascal may some or other worship me. Because they are rascals. So here, Lord Buddha, by policy, induced them to worship Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha is incarnation of God. Keshapadhita Buddha Sharira. His philosophy is no, there is no God, but you worship me. But the policy is to worship God. But they do not know. They are thinking that we are worshipping somebody, some great soul, but he does not know that he is God, incarnation of God. Similarly, when people will be so much degraded that they will not be able to understand anything about God, that time is coming gradually. Already the time is there. People are not at all interested in God's business. In your Western world, all the churches are vacant. Nobody is interested now in church, especially in Europe, yes, in your country also. So people are being degraded, godlessness. Because godless means animal. What is the difference between animal and man? An animal cannot be instructed anything about God. It is not possible for them to understand. But a man, however degraded he may be, if he is trained up, he can understand about God. Just like 5 years ago, he did not know about Krishna. But because you are being trained up, because you are human being, therefore you are taking to Krishna consciousness. What was unknown to you 5 years ago, now you are taking it too very seriously. Why? Because you are being trained up. Similarly, God consciousness is there, dormant, in every living entity. But the perception varies according to the development of body. Just like child, you say something serious, say about sex life, they do not understand. But the same child will understand sex life when the consciousness is developed. Similarly, in this material world, our consciousness is covered, God consciousness. So there are different species of life, just like the aquatics in the ocean, there are so many living entities, but if you preach there Krishna consciousness, it is not possible. Their number is far greater than human being. Still, they have no capacity. Next development, plants and trees, there also no sensation. You cut the trees, no protest, because there is no sensation. There is practically consciousness. There is consciousness, very slight. Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose has proved that when you cut tree, he feels, and that is recorded. And what is called as machine. So everyone has got consciousness. Living entity means there is consciousness. But they have their consciousness only for eating, sleeping, sex life and defending. There is consciousness amongst the fish. Their consciousness is so strong, 2 miles away, if some big fish is coming, they can understand. Immediately they can take precaution, defending. These are all described. The different animals and different species of life, they have got one type of consciousness very strong. Just like you can see the vultures, it is a low-graded animal, bird, but it goes 4 miles above the earth and it can see where is a dead body. You cannot do that. You cannot see even 20 years after. But the animal, another animal, the vulture, you can see from 4 miles away. You can find out where there is a dead body. So this consciousness of eating, sleeping, mating and defending, that is common in one animal, or it is very strong. In another animal, it is not so strong. But this consciousness is there. But this God consciousness is not there except in human being. So the human society is becoming so degraded that they are trying to forget God. That is their advancement of civilization. The more you deny existence of God and become a so-called rascal scientist, then you are advanced. This is the position. So this position will degrade so much after, say, 400,000 of years, gradually degrading, that at time Krishna will come in his incarnation as Kalki. At that time the Kalki's business will be simply to kill, that's all, no more. No more preaching of Krishna consciousness, simply kill them. That is Kalki Avatar. That Kalki Avatar is given the Father's name. This is called Shastra, this is called scripture. 400,000 of years after Kalki will come, now his father's name is given there. Just like Lord Buddha's mother's name is there. So you cannot imitate that I am Kalki Avatar. You have to give evidence. What is your father's name? Just see, this is called Shastra. Any rascal comes, oh, I am Krishna, I am this avatar, I am that avatar. But where is the evidence from the Shastra? We cannot accept. Just like any gentleman comes, we want to see the credential. Just like in politics, when some ambassador comes to a new country, then he has to officially present his credentials so that he will be accepted. that this gentleman is representative of such and such country. That is nice. Unless you give credentials, identity, how I can accept you? So, but people have become rascal. Anyone comes, he says that I am incarnation of God, because the people are rascals, they accept another rascal. But if you follow these shastras and scriptures, then you will find all the avatars, their credentials are there. What is the father's name? What is the name of the place he takes birth or appears? What is his business? So, what is the time? Everything is given there. So why should we be misled? So we accept incarnation of God when all the descriptions are corroborated in terms of the authorized shastra. Otherwise we reject. That is our business. So, in this part, why we accept Vedic scripture as solid truth? Because there is no mistake. Otherwise, how it is predicting that Yuga Sandhayam and the last conjunction of the Yugas, there will appear the Lord. Kalki Namna Kalki. His name will be Kalki. But he is not ordinary person. Namna Kalki Jagatpati. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is not ordinary man. And his father's name is Janita Vishnu Jasasu. His father's name will be Vishnu Joshi. The Joshi title are there in India. Still, one Mr. Joshi corresponds with us. So the Josha or Joshi, this title is already there. So they are Brahmins. So here all the descriptions are not there, but in other place all the descriptions are there. Not only his father's name, his village or the place, Shambhal. There is still a place, Shambhalpur, in India. So, everything is there. We should not be misled that here is another avatar, here is another avatar, here is so many avatars. No. This is called Shastra. What will happen after 400,000 of years, that is mentioned. Future. Just like Lord Buddha's name was there. Bhavishyati, Yugasandhayam, Bhavishyati. Bhavishyati means he will come. He was not visible. This is Shastra. Shastra means Trikalagga. And the writer of Shastra should be a full cognizant of past, present and future. That is called unmistakable. Past, present and future. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that I know past, present and future. So that is God or God's scripture, past, present and future. This Bhagavad was written by God himself. Vasudev is incarnation of Krishna that we have described, 11th or some avatar. So the Kalki will appear. The Shastra is giving indication that after such and such year, and another point is this Dosu Prayasu Rajasu. The more and more the government will be just like thieves and rogues. We are already experiencing. Now a new law has been passed in India that nobody can keep property more than 5 to 7 lakhs of rupees. So people's incentive to earn money is now being cut down. Formerly it was freedom, that you can earn your money as much as you like. Now, if you think that I will earn money, thousands, hundreds of thousands of money, but what is the use? The government will take away. That means you will be lazy. The economic development will be checked because one works so hard for economic development because he is under the inspiration that the more I earn, I will be able to enjoy more. But when this impression is given that more we earn, it will be taken by government and I will not be able to enjoy it, naturally he will not work. So there are so many difficulties, but these difficulties will increase. It will not decrease. They are making so many plans to minimize the difficulties. But actually, because they are fools and rogues, they cannot make anything, improvement, that become involved in more difficulties. That Narottam Das Thakur has sung, Satasanga chhari koinu asate bilas, te karane lagi.
How to close that?
Mabandha faas. We do not consult the Shastra or the unmistakable way of improvement. We manufacture our own concoction, and therefore we are becoming more and more entangled. We do not take right direction. That is our folly in this age. We do not accept authority. We want to become authority ourselves. I am authority. Everyone wants to become authority. And that is being supported by so-called Swamis. Yes, you can manufacture your own religion, but that is not the process. You cannot manufacture your own religion. Religion is given by God. Religion means the law of God, that's all. So how you can manufacture your law? That is not possible. Even if you do manufacture, what is the benefit? It will not be accepted. It will not work. Suppose if you manufacture some law at home, will it be accepted by the public? No. Nobody will accept. So similarly, this Kali Yuga is so dangerous that gradually we are becoming involved in more difficulties. That is the way of Kali Yuga. The symptom of Kali Yuga is disagreement, fight, quarrel. Kali means this. Quarreling, fighting, unnecessarily fighting. Just like recently, in India, you have seen, formerly there was Hindu-Muslim riot, sporadic riot in some village, say some 50 men this side, some 50 men that side. They fought, say for 2 hours and it is finished. Again they are friendly. Now, since India has become independent, the Muslims have become Pakistan and the other part, they are not all Hindus. Suppose Hindus, they have become Hindustan, and they organizedly fight. Now recently, last year, they fought and spent millions of dollars unnecessarily. This is going on. This is called Kali Yuga. Unnecessarily they will disagree, unnecessarily they will fight and spoil energy, spoil money. This is called Kali Yuga. The brain is so crazy that they do not consider that why you are fighting, why you are spending money. Just like in your country and Russia, they are spending millions of dollars for one crazy thing, going to the moon planet, you see. Simply wasting time and money. That's a fact. 3 or 4 years ago, some press representative asked me, what is your opinion in, I think, San Francisco about this moon expedition? So I asked the reporter, shall I flatter you or shall I tell the truth? So he said, tell the truth. Simply wasting time and money, that's all. This is the truth. Now I think they have realized, and your Senate is denying any money for moon expedition, is it not? Somebody was telling me. So anyway, actually human life is made for some other purpose, God realization, because this is not possible in other lower animals. And we get this chance by evolutionary process. We come to this human form of life, civilized form of life. Now we should know what is God, who is the supreme controller, who is the supreme source of everything. Janmadasya jataha athata brahma jigyasa. This is the life for inquiring about Brahma, the supreme, the great. But we are neglectful. This is Kalkali Yuga. And we are so much degraded, and gradually we are becoming degraded. So 427,000 of years, if we again come and go, because after Dehantaram Prapti, Tatha Dehantaram Prapti, if you continue transmigration from one body to another, then we'll have to meet that age. Before meeting that age, try to understand Krishna. This is our moment. Then in this life, in this very life, after giving up this body, you haven't got to come here again. Takta dihang punar janmana iti. No more coming to this rascal world. Go back to home, back to God. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, one more very, very powerful discourse lecture by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada mentioned so many important points. So I would like to, do you have any takeaways or questions or any comments on today's lecture? Please put in the chat or unmute or raise your hand and we'll discuss that. We really appreciate you every day coming and participating in the Bhagavatam class. Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna
Jai
Prabhuji.
Srila Prabhupada.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhupada.
Prabhuji, agreed. I mean, wonderful reminder. One point definitely is a good reminder every day is that this human form, the only purpose is God realization. And it is supposed to be a civilized life, which is not possible in any other form of life. So
Correct.
that's a very good reminder for every day. So thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, actually I did write down the same point. The same place Srila Prabhupada mentions animals and trees can't take this process of devotional service. Even they have the consciousness, but they cannot practice this service. So we are so fortunate to have this chance. And Srila Prabhupada at the end mentions, if you miss this chance, then we have to go again 4,027 thousands of years in the cycle for the in the revolutionary process to come back. So one should take this process seriously and understand the Krishna Srila Prabhupada was mentioning at the end of the lecture. Yeah, that's a wonderful point, Prabhu. Thank you so much for bringing up. Very nice. Anyone likes to bring up anything, discuss anything, have a comment, question? So I wrote down one another point. Srila Prabhupada mentioning how our Shastras are correct. What will happen after 400,000 years, that been written precisely what place, where the Kalki Avatar will happen, what will be the mother and father's name. So, sometimes people don't have the faith on the Shastra, but this is a wonderful point Srila Prabhupada mentioned. They are that much complete. Shastra can predict after 400,000 what will happen with that preciseness. So, we should take a full faith in the Shastra, words of Shastra, Lord, Acharyas, Guru Parampara. We should follow this sincerely path of Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Prabhuji. Another thing Srila Prabhupada says in his lectures is become intelligent and take the full advantage of this opportunity. Like you said, if we lose this chance, then we do not know when we will get this opportunity again. And even if, let's say, we take another birth, then as we say, Kali Yuga is progressing rapidly.
Correct.
Every month, every year, every few decades. So it will be even more difficult to practice bhakti.
Yes.
So that's why our spiritual masters say, you have given so many lives to yourself now. Just give one life to Krishna and see the wonder.
Jai. Yes, bro. And Srila Prabhupada does mentions that time will come, no one will believe in the God, all churches will be empty, and there will not be any spirituality or Krishna consciousness as time grows. So by hearing that, we feel like how fortunate we are. Right now, we can have the nice programs. We no one is like have any issue like following sincerely. Imagine like someone is opposing the having the spirituality and activity. What will happen later on? So that way we feel so fortunate during the time. I always think just 500 years back, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incarnation came, and we are at the right place. We have all the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, teachings of Acharya available. Everything is kept ready. Just we have to follow sincerely. All the knowledge is there. Who want to progress, all the Shastras are there. We can study nicely and get ourselves, sincere and following the Krishna consciousness sincerely. That way, like this is such a wonderful opportunity or time we have to get seriously and follow Krishna consciousness. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much for bringing that point. Yeah. So it's about 8:50. So if there is no any question, comments, we will stop here, Prabhuji.
Sure, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you for bringing all the points, bro. Wonderful. So we really appreciate you even coming and joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Thank you so much for everyone joining. So we'll
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We'll meet tomorrow same time. Till that time, Vancha Kalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhubhyo Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Devotees, Dandat Pranam. Have a wonderful day.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.